Yo, what's good my grinders? Beautiful unemployed year 6 grind here. We have another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get a faster trigger finger in Black Ops 4. This is a reasonably known technique, but nobody really figures it out because people do it subconsciously. So I'm going to just show you how you can do one small little change within how you play the game, and your trigger finger is going to go crazy. So you already know, if you learn something new, like, sub, and share to everyone you know, because we're going crazy this summer. You already know that. But anyway, let's get into the technique. You can use this on any controller, PS4, PS5, other PS5. The difference between these, mouse click buttons. This one, no mouse click. I'll show that it works on all, because it actually doesn't come down to really anything particularly with settings. It's more how you hold the controller. Most people hold the controller. One second, let me get my camera ready. Most people hold the controller like this. They do some like weird shit like this. Obviously this might be quite comfortable, but if you're trying to rapid fire in this stretches your hand backwards, so there's a bit of tension here, and there might even be a bit of tension like on this part of your finger. This elongated over a period of time makes your trigger finger very inconsistent because you get quite tired. Doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, I can still hit max fire rate with this because I'm a GOAT, but elongation wise, yeah, ain't that good. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it better. If you want to have a better trigger finger, more consistent, I would recommend, look at your finger. There is 3 notches. There is your notch here and your notch here, so your finger is split into 3 parts obviously. Take the bottom part here and then align it with the side of your button there, like this. It doesn't have to be exact, so I actually have it a bit more like this, goes a bit more further up, and then you're going to use this to press down. This part of your finger will be wrapping over the top, and most of it won't even be hitting the bumper. You're actually going to be only using about 50% of the bumper here. The reason you want to do this is because the part of your finger that is then going to be shifting is only here. Here, like a lot of your finger moves. You have to move a lot of your finger to do this. Here, not so much. The top part moves, but it doesn't actually hit anything because you're already hitting from the base point at which you're pivoting your finger down here. So it's difficult to explain biologically, obviously, but I'm gonna go back into game. So it's difficult to explain biologically. Obviously, I'm not a biologist. I failed school. I'm a BO4 year 6 unemployed grinder. But when you do it this way, it becomes much more consistent to trigger finger your stripes. This can work on any game. Obviously, it doesn't work on keyboard and mouse because this ain't a keyboard. So you can actually rapid fire your strife a lot easier. Aiming wise, obviously the more you do this, the better you get. So I've been grinding like this for ages, so maybe you're not gonna have the same effect as me instantly. However, if you can learn how to hold a controller like this instead of something like this, which will hurt your hand in the process, like long term. Obviously I can still max fire rate, but it's, in my opinion, more inconvenient long term. If you can learn how to do this, you're gonna be a strife god. You don't need a strife pack. A lot of people think you need a strife pack to reach max fire rate. People used to think, strife pack. Obviously my Maddox shot, I got the best Maddox shot out here, you already know. But a lot of people don't know I got the best strife shot as well on guard. You already know the vibes. But yeah, most people don't know about that. So you don't need a stripe pack to reach max fire rate. If you use this, you'll be a lot better off. So quite a short video, like there's not really much else to cover, low-key. I would recommend play around with this. Try in custom games like I'm doing right now, because obviously I'm used to this, but you won't be used to this. And the longer you do it, the better. For some people, what you will tend to see, even in my old gameplays, you'll see this. If you try and learn this a lot, your stick will shake. So mine doesn't. But that's just because, you know, I'm goated like that. But usually when you do this first, you can see this from Crazy's gameplays. When you try and rapid fire, your screen will shake because as you're pushing down here, your stick here will push as well. Mine doesn't do that because I'm goated. But just know that will happen sometimes. That's not really a big issue because it doesn't really do anything. It might make it difficult, slightly more difficult to track people. However, you're going to be having a very nice trigger finger with this, low key, and it's going to stay very consistent. I'm going to show you this works as well with basically every other controller you can use. So this one has no mouse clicks. And also keep in mind, I'm not standing still, I'm moving around and trying to aim at shit. I have high DPI on this controller, so it's a bit weird. Oh shit. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh god. I don't have control freak, so I'm playing a bit shit. Let me just grab this. I feel like shit without this control freak. There we go. Okay, now with this control freak, yeah, that feels much better. Yeah, without that control freak, it was a bit ass, low-key. So yeah, it also works with this. I'm gonna put it on the PS4 controller soon, obviously. If you do this with a non-mouse click triggers, obviously it does tire out your finger a bit more, because this presses down a lot. And since I haven't used the controller, if your controller is new, it actually makes it even harder, because it's not so worn out. I might do it on a PS4 controller soon as well. Let's get my PS4 controller ready. That's gonna be the easiest because I've used this for ages that the trigger here is worn out. You don't have to worry about using control freaks with this. I'm gonna show you actually that later. So this is even easier with the PS4 one, because I've used this for so long that, like, low-key, unfortunately no back buttons, so I'm choking a bit. Yeah, by this time my trigger, my finger is a bit tired, but I'm still hitting max fire rate, no problem, with everything. So yeah, all controllers work on this. I've tried this with an Xbox controller. Because an Xbox controller is really weird, I'm not sure of that, if this strat works too well there, but like maybe not, who knows, because the trigger there is weird. My finger is getting really tired now. It's getting a lot of built up of grind in there, so I'm gonna stop for a bit because obviously I need to get a break. If you look at my control freaks, you can use very high ones like this. Let me get my camera. I don't even use like a control freak. I use double control freaks. Like I got a control freak here and a control freak there. Like it's like double, so you don't have to worry about using something that's really large. Don't worry about that. I'd say having at least one might make it easier. Who knows? So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, to recap, don't hold your controller like this if you want to fire fast. Obviously I have mouse click button so I can still hit max, but it's more uncomfortable. Hold your controller flat like this and then hit like that. You don't need this part touching on the top. If you have a controller that is older, it becomes easier because the actual button is worn out, so you can do it more than before. And yeah, that's about it. So you can do this on any game. Just have a controller and you're ready. Other than that, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Vive la Gloire de Bill Cat, and au revoir.